Have you ever wanted something so badly that you would do anything to get it? You wanted to have that thing so bad. You wanted it so much, or that person, that you were willing to pay any cost to have them in your life, to be their friend, to be their girlfriend or boyfriend, to have the car or whatever the thing is. Have you? I'm sure you have. Maybe you maybe you snuck out as a teenager and you told your brother, I'll wash the dishes for you on your week for an entire month. Please don't tell mom and dad, right? Or I don't know, whatever the thing is. But you were willing to pay whatever cost so that you could have the thing that you wanted. I think we've all had that experience in some part of our lives. But I want to talk to you today about one thing, two things. We know that Diddy did it. Puff Daddy, if you've been in the, if you watch the news or on social media or anything, you know that Diddy did it. We all saw it. The question is no longer did he do it? Did he did it? He did it a lot, more than likely. And so the question more now is how much did he do? What did he do? And to whom? Maybe even for how long? But I don't want to focus on Diddy today. My focus today is on Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, or Cassandra Fine. I'm not sure if she's taken her husband's name or not. But I want to talk about Cassie. Cassie, the young up and coming R&B singer who was on the rise, dropped her first album at 20 years old. I'm checking my notes here. At 20 years old, she dropped her first album. She was headed for stardom, enticed by the lifestyle, the money, the fame, the power, the prestige, the name, right? She wanted all the things. And so many of us are attracted to all kinds of things in the world. There's so much that we can do and so much that's available at our fingertips, especially here in America. And she was enticed by those things, apparently, and that's what she wanted. So, my question, or not my question, but what I want to say to you is that she was young and still developing her identity, who she was. She was still becoming, right? She was only 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old as she was preparing to release her first album and singing and preparing to release her first album. And so she was still very young, still very green, if you will, and becoming who she was or who she is. And I believe that she was preyed upon by older people, right, who were supposedly in positions of that could help her, which they did. Her first music producer got her album dropped and everything. They collided with Puff Daddy when he found it. That's what I read online, and so, but I believe that she was preyed upon, and her identity was sort of redefined, or if not redefined, it was defined for her because she was still very young, so she may not have even really known who she was, but she was becoming someone, right? The second point that I want to make was that he was a bad boy, right? Bad Boys Productions. He was committed to her development, he said, because after she had her first release and she was 106 in Park, she did not perform very well, and everybody knew that she didn't perform well. She knew that she didn't perform well. She said she was getting over stage fright. Very well probably is the case because so many of us are have fear of public speaking and getting on stage performing in front of people, so she didn't do very well, but maybe she wasn't a good performer altogether. But he said he was committed to her personal development. Now my question is, who qualified Diddy to um, to be committed or to be dedicated to someone's personal development? Maybe on stage, but as a person, who qualified him to do that? Thirdly, instead of cultivating her in her purpose, he repurposed her identity. And I say that because he tricked her, if you will, or he pimped her out to be who he wanted her to be and do the things that he wanted her to do, regardless of who she thought she might have been or what she thought she uh, was supposed to do or why she believed she was created, he pimped her out so she could become who he wanted her to be, a slave, if you will. She was at his disposal, whatever he chose. And so I said this is a case of missing, or I'm sorry, a case of stolen identity. And what do I mean by that? She tried to leave him several times as she came to herself probably multiple times like, how did I get here? I don't belong here. What's happening? This is not what I signed up for. This doesn't feel good to me. This is not like me. All I want to do is sing. I want to perform, but I'm doing all of these other things that I've been invited into, and this isn't me. It's not right for me. It doesn't feel good. I'm sure she had all of these questions going through her mind. As you can imagine, you probably would have as well. Why am I here? How do I get free? And so it sounds like she tried to leave in 2015. We know she tried to leave in 2016 because we saw that on a video. She finally left in 2018. However, she tried to leave other times. I'm sure she tried to leave before that as well. And so this relationship that she was in was a professional relationship with Diddy, but it turned intimate, um, as many of his relationships were, as I understand it. But initially, it was her identity. She was trying to become a famous star, right? A singer, songwriter, hip hop, R&B artist is what she wanted. What all did that come with? Maybe she knew, maybe she did not know. But her purpose in the world, her purpose in life was still evolving for her. And what she didn't know, I'm sure, because she didn't count all the costs, she could not have known all the costs. She could not have known because he would not have made that available, necessarily readily available to her. But she did not count all the cost. And so she ended up paying more than I'm sure she was willing to pay in the first place. So it caused a strain in her relationships, primarily the relationship she has with herself, because she lost trust in herself, lack of faith in herself, um, not protecting herself, not showing up for herself, not valuing herself, not teaching others how to treat her, not honoring her own value so that other people then begin to choose the value that she has. And all of those things lead to low self esteem, low self value, poor self image, and all of that is frustrated and challenged under under the thumb of someone who is committed to your development. But development to what? To what end? See, people will do what you allow them to do in your life. And he had an ulterior motive, his own decisions or his own ideas about what he wanted her to do. Even if she could sing a little bit, maybe if she couldn't really sing a lot, they could auto tune her a little bit. He was gonna work her if he could, and he did for 11 years. So my question is, can you relate to this? That was my original question in the beginning. Can you relate? Have you ever desired a thing or a person or been enticed by something so much that you were willing to pay whatever cost for it? It may be in the shoes. It may have been tickets to the concert. It may have been to a trip to get somewhere. You paid three times as much to get there. Maybe it was the car that you wanted, but the insurance or the the interest on it was way high, but you wanted the car so bad you were willing to pay whatever it costs. What is it that you have wanted in your life that you wanted so badly that you were willing to pay whatever the cost for it? And then when you got the thing at the cost you thought you were paying, you found out there was more interest and additional fees that you were not aware of and that you didn't sign up for or you didn't think you did. You were no longer willing to pay. Was it everything that you ever thought it could be, that you ever wanted it to be? It was everything. You were like, this is it. This is the bomb. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been longing for this thing. And then you got it. And you found out that it wasn't. You had to have it though. at whatever cost. Maybe it was acceptance. Maybe it was love. Maybe it was wealth or fame. Maybe it was position in life, or position on a team, or position in a career, or position amongst your friends. You wanted to be the best friend, so you compromised your relationship so that you could be the best friend and not the second best friend. I mean, all kinds of things we want, regardless of the cost. Lifestyle, popularity, any of those things. We make compromises and sacrifices, sometimes because we don't know enough, sometimes because it's just what we choose. But in order for us to live without regrets, we have to choose better. Don't fall prey to any person or career, academic goal, family expectation that does not align with who you are. You don't have to. You don't have to compromise yourself, your values, your desires, your needs, or your wants so that you can fit in or have a thing that you think is what you want at whatever cost. Nothing is worth the sacrifice that Cassie made in her life. Some women don't make it out. They may have been punted in the head too many times and hit that wall. And the last time they hit the wall, they slid down to the floor and never awakened again. It's never worth the sacrifice. I want to work with you. Does this resonate with you? DM me. Say, let's talk. Let's talk. Save this video. Follow me for more. And DM me if you would like to talk to me further. Let's work. I'm here to support you.